VYN, The Vine. I'm Lyle Dean.
Welcome back to the Vine Morning Show here on this Friday morning. I'm Mark, along with Kelley. Good morning, Kelley.
Good morning, Mark.
Beautiful Friday it is as we're heading into the Memorial Day weekend. Got a lot of plans for Memorial Day coming up?
Oh, do I have plans? I always have plans before I have plans.
Let me guess. Are you detailing this weekend?
No.
No?
Can you believe the last job we're finishing up here today, and we marked off for the weekend.
Really?
We've got a graduation party still yet to go to tomorrow. My wonderful, wonderful husband's birthday is tomorrow.
Well, happy birthday, Dennis.
Yes.
All right.
His birthday's tomorrow, so we'll be celebrating that. I'm trying to think what we got going on rest of the weekend, but we've got just things going on and no work.
Oh, wow.
Finally decided to take a little bit of time off.
Well, good. Good for you guys.
I know.
So
What about
there
you
go.
guys?
I'll be working my other job, but nothing really too big.
Okay, good.
Now next week it'll be busy for us, but other than that, on Memorial Day, really not too much going on. Just kind of relaxing a little bit.
Yeah, just kind of celebrating the beginning of summer, but we're part of our party for Saturday is / swimming party, but
oh, wow.
I think we might be doing the hot tub instead of the pool.
Well,
it's going to be a little chilly.
Well, no, now on Saturday they're talking for a high of about 77, so you should be in pretty good shape on Saturday.
Yeah, but the water's got to be cold.
Well, that's
Mark.
right.
Look how chilly it's been the last few nights.
Well, you might have to get Dennis out there with a heater and tell him to get out there and stand over the water and heat it up, right?
Oh, goodness.
All right. Well, we got a big show lined up today, and we want to also thank our listeners and also our people watching on Vine Television and on Channel TV 15 today, as we have a special guest in studio with us today here on the Vine Morning Show. And let's welcome Carleeka Spann from Mount Vernon. Carleeka, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
It's great to have you here this morning.
Good to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
Well,
all right.
Good morning.
Hey, we're excited, and you can spend some time with us this morning.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Progressive Careers in Housing.
Okay, great. Progressive Careers in Housing. We are a private, non-for-profit organization who offers services as far as residential services and developmental training services for special needs adults, specifically adults 18 years of age and older who have an intellectual or developmental disability.
All right.
Oh,
now,
that's nice.
Yeah, that is so awesome. And it was founded in the mid-1980s. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
actually last year, we celebrated 25 years.
Wow, how awesome is
25
that?
years
Wow.
of service last year. So, yeah,
Good
we've been
deal.
around for a little while.
All right. And they do so much with, you guys do so much with people with, as you mentioned, intellectual and developmental disabilities. And just tell us a little bit about what kind of programs you have for it.
Awesome. And it's so much.
Yeah.
I'll try to include all of it.
Sure.
We have excellent medical support.
Okay.
We've got some great behavior support, comprehensive services, excellent case manager programs. So actually what we focus on is making sure that persons with special needs are just as involved in the community and have the fullest life capacity that we do, just like you and I do.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And you have programs daily for them to do.
We do. So actually, our developmental training is also known as something called a workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So our residents don't just hang around at the house. They actually get up. They go to work. So depending on their capabilities, they might be on a cleaning crew. They might do something like shredding paper.
Mm-hmm.
We have job coaches also, awesome job coaches on site at our workshops who actually follow, our residents to make sure that they're doing and being reinforced in the areas that they're working in.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Now, how long have you been with Progressive Careers in
Next
Housing?
month, I will be celebrating 1 year.
1 year?
Yeah.
Wow,
So
congratulations.
I'm one of the newer kids on the block, but I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
And you're a busy young lady,
I
it
am.
sounds like. It sounds like you go everywhere.
I do. In my role as manager of transitions and outreach services, I cover everything from Effingham on down. So if there's someone in the community, like high school, community, churches, I'll travel to them to kind of share what we have to offer, do presentations at hospitals just to see if we're a good fit for a person or someone in the community.
Yeah, it's such a great program, and it also goes into northern Illinois as well,
It does.
correct?
We
Yeah.
cover the entire state.
Wow.
So locally, I work out of the Mount Vernon office, but our corporate office is actually in Olympia Fields, Illinois.
Okay. Okay.
So we have
Oh.
everything from Chicago down to Cairo. Yeah, so we're spread throughout the entire state.
And one thing we want to talk about, too, and let everyone know, it's a not-for-profit, federally tax-exempt corporation.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what it's all about. It's to help people that have these, disabilities, that they can help, them develop into something, as you mentioned, they can be, progress in the community on an individual basis.
Exactly.
It's so great. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, we're going to come back here in just a little while and talk a little bit more, and you can give us some more history about it.
Yes.
And how people can get involved
I'd
when
love
we come
to.
back. All right.
Thanks.
We're with Carleeka Spann this morning from Mount Vernon, and she's with Progressive Careers in Housing. We're going to come back and visit with Carleeka next hour. Kelly, this is an awesome program to have in our area.
I had no idea about this. This is great.
Yeah, and we'll find out how people can get involved with it, Carleeka, when we
Sure.
come back.
I'd
And you
love
can
to share that.
you can stay around with us for a
I'm
while.
going to hang out as long as you allow me
Oh,
to.
you can stay
good.
with us all morning if you want to. That is fine. All right, we're going to look at when we come back, ladies. Facts. Do you guys like lilacs? Lilac flowers?
I do.
You do.
I do.
What about you, Kelly?
Have to think what they are. Oh, yeah.
And they
Yeah.
smell good.
They smell good.
They
Yeah, I
smell
had to think
so
which
good.
one it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're going to look at facts every lilac lover should know.
Boy.
And games kids have played for centuries. There's a lot of games out there. I'm gonna bring up some of these games and
Carleeka,
you might remember.
Are you a game person?
Yes.
I
am
love
a mother
board
of
games.
4 boys, and we are all
You-
about the games.
No way.
Yes.
You have 4 children.
2 of my
Oh,
oldest
wow.
children are graduating tomorrow from
Oh,
high
wow.
school.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Gee whiz,
exciting.
you don't look that old.
Yeah.
You're old enough to have kids and 4 kids?
Yeah, 4
wow.
boys.
Well, this will fit you perfect
It
this
will.
morning because we're going to look at reasons my toddler has threatened to run away.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. We'll look at that. And also smells that reminded you of your childhood summers, guys, when we come back in a little while.
Ooh.
And,
honeysuckle.
there you go. And useful words you didn't know existed.
Oh.
Coming up
okay.
this morning. All right. That sounds good. All right.
good.
And we've got the TV show theme song coming up this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have a theme song?
Oh,
Yes.
Carleeka. That is
Yeah.
the big stuff on Fridays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to look at that. We're going to play that. And I gave the wrong clue a while ago.
You
Kelly.
did,
Yes, I did.
because I didn't think that was right.
Yeah, it's a wrong clue, so I'll reiterate that when we come back
Okay,
next
good.
hour and a little bit later on. And also we have the Friday riddle as well. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give away, a Phil Stacy CD, and I've got a car wash token.
Good.
So I'm going to give that away today.
Okay,
all
good
right?
deal.
And I'll find out how much it's worth. But that's coming up this morning, so we've got a lot to cover.
We do.
All right. And we're going to continue our visit with Carleeka this morning and much more to come here on the Vine Morning Show. It's Mark, Kelley, and Carleeka. It's a Vine Morning Show on a Friday, and it continues at Real Life Radio.
This is your home for best Christian music.
And welcome back to the Vine Morning Show here on this Friday morning. Beautiful Friday it is. I'm Mark, along with Kelley. Good morning, Kelley.
Good morning, Mark.
And we welcome in Carleeka Spann from Progressive Careers and Housing in Mount Vernon, spending some time with us this morning. And Carleeka, good morning and
Good
welcome in.
morning.
Yeah,
Thanks.
glad to have you with us this morning.
Glad
And
to
you-
be
Yes,
here.
we are.
yeah, you're going to hang out with us, and we're going to have some fun, and we're also going to be serious. And we're going to be serious about Progressive Careers and Housing because a lot of people probably are not familiar with this, Carleeka.
Right,
and
right.
So tell us more about it. People that want to get involved, how can they get involved?
Okay, absolutely. Our local office, or the office that I work out of locally, is our Mount Vernon office. We're located on Highway 15, which is on the same stretch as the Mount Vernon airport.
Okay.
So if you're in Mount Vernon and you've reached the airport, you've gone a little too far. If you're coming from Wayne City and you pass the airport, you might just want to go 3 blocks down that stretch and you'll see us on the left-hand side. Okay. So our physical address is 730 East Illinois Highway 15, and that's in Mount Vernon. But we are statewide. Our corporate office is actually in Olympia Fields.
Wow.
So we've got facilities and homes from Chicago on down.
Let me ask you this. The home office in Olympia Fields, do they do a study in southern Illinois to find out where would be a perfect spot to place this home or the homes in this area?
They do, and I'm glad that you brought that up,
Yeah,
because
that's a
if
good-
there is an
good
area
question.
that maybe we see a need, we have no problem expanding. You know
All
what I mean?
right.
So we're not afraid to expand and keep building to accommodate the needs of those if there aren't services in their area.
So that's perfect to
great.
know. So Mount Vernon is the farthest south at this point, correct? Is that
Actually,
right?
no.
Really?
We've got some things in Sparta.
In Sparta.
Sparta,
Okay.
Elner. Yeah, we do.
All right. So any of our listeners down around Marion or Carbondale, if they need a facility like this,
Yes.
they can get a hold of you, right?
They absolutely can. Something I wanted to share with you too is we have two different facilities that fall under the same umbrella as residential services, something called a CILA. If you're not familiar with what a CILA is, it's Community Integrated Living Arrangement. So it's a house just like yours and mine. You can drive right by it. There's nothing that sticks out that says it's a facility. It's actually a home. Two-car garages,
nice.
fully finished basements. Very intimate style living for our residents. We also have something called an ICF, intermediate care facilities, and the only difference is it can accommodate up to 16 people, where our CILAs can accommodate up to 8. So ICF is more dormitory style living, kind of when a kid graduates, from high school, they go and live in a dorm with roommates. Something more similar to that. And in our ICFs, we do have nursing on site during waking hours. So just lots of different options and supports and services for anyone with a developmental disability.
Wow. And something here I see that what you also offer, if someone needs some behavioral health services, that's
Yes.
available as well, right?
Absolutely. We have a certified behavioral analyst team. Awesome people. None of our programs are cookie cutter, so everything is specified and designed for each individual. So if you had a certain need and I have a certain need, we're different.
covered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're unique in our own way.
Wow,
And our
that's
behavioral
nice.
analysts design those things. Our case management team, they design our programs to suit each individual.
Wow, that is so awesome.
You guys cover about everything.
We do. That's why I'm so excited. And just in case our listeners don't know, if you don't mind me adding this,
you go right ahead.
Our facility placement and the funding, that's an entitlement. So it's not something that's a privilege. They are entitled to immediate placement. So the 3 requirements for our agency or to be a part of our facility is that they have to be 18 years of age and older. They do have to have a developmental disability and have been diagnosed with a developmental disability prior to being 18. After that, what I can do for them is link them up with like a pre-screening service or actually go out to the home. So if they're not in a place to travel or they can't get to us right away, I'm happy to come to them to screen the
that's so
individual, kind of
good.
sit down and talk to the family or school support services, hospitals, and let them know exactly what we have to offer and offer a
And
screening.
that makes them probably feel a little bit more comfortable you coming to them about it.
Absolutely. Sometimes, they just kind of want to sit down and have that intimate conversation with someone to
Exactly.
explain. And really, it's all about education.
Sure,
It's all about
sure.
educating and letting people know what opportunities and services are available for them.
And it's so great that you have teams that go in and teach them on how to do things that maybe they're not able to do on a normal
Exactly.
basis. And that's very important.
Right. And our residents are on all different levels. Some of them are just like you and I. They can come in, talk on the radio show with you. Some of them might not be able to. So we cover everything across the board.
And something else that's very important about this too, and you work among these people because it's their home, but you grow so close to these individuals and you become best friends with them and you get to know what they need the most in situations that they face in life right now.
This is true. A couple things that I'm excited to share with you about as far as community involvement. Our residents are all about Special Olympics.
I bet. And
so
that's
we
such a
travel.
good thing.
Yeah. For example, our residents from Mount Vernon, they travel to Chicago for like state, championship games, and they come home with some pretty nice hardware. First place, second place medals, and that's something they're really proud about.
So they love to play sports and stuff.
Absolutely.
Softball, any
basketball.
type of sports. Wow.
We have a bowling season.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not for sure if you've ever heard of something called the JC Jets. They're actively involved with that team also, which is for special needs individual. So they don't just play, they compete. And it can be serious business.
So they love to travel.
They do.
It gives them something to look forward to,
Yeah.
Carleeka, and it helps them develop not only mentally but spiritually, and it helps develop their strength as well.
This is true. So just think about some of the things you guys do. You go to church, you like to shop, Maybe you want to spend your birthday at Red Lobster. They enjoy and they have access to do all those things also.
Oh,
yeah.
That is so
great.
awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when our staff go shopping for our residents, it's not just our staff. Our residents are included. They shop for their groceries with our staff because we do work on budgeting and you know how much a dollar is worth and what you should get back. So we hone in and focus on things that you and I might take for granted.
Yeah.
We really focus on those things to increase and enhance their life capabilities.
Wow, that is so awesome.
Nice.
Well, we're talking with Carleeka Spann. She's the Outreach and Transitional Services Manager
Yes.
at Progressive Careers in Housing in Mount Vernon. This is such a good program that if any of our listeners want to get involved with this, how can they do that, Carleeka?
Let me give you a phone number.
Sure, go ahead.
You can contact me directly. Actually, my cell phone number is also my office phone number or business phone, and that's 618-204-3362. Again, my cell phone number, which you can contact me directly at Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, is 618-204-3362. You are also welcome to contact our office. I travel a lot, so please contact our office, 618-315-6464. And Missy Reed is the contact person that you'll want to ask for there. She's the vice president of our Southern Sillas. So she manages our Mount Vernon office. Again, her name is Missy Reed, and that phone number would be 618-315-6464.
All right. How awesome is this program, Kelly?
Wow, it is phenomenal.
For people in our area that have maybe, they need some assistance. They have a disability and they need, some assistance, whether it's intellectual or developmental. It's all
Yes.
there and available for them.
I had no idea of this extensive program.
Yes, that's why I'm so excited.
I see why.
Yeah, that you guys allowed me to come and kind
Yeah.
of share and spread the word with our community.
Sure.
A lot of people know that they have some needs, but they don't know who to contact.
Right.
They don't know who to call. They're not sure of what that first step is.
Exactly.
So what we do, and in my role, we're there to help through that transition every step of the way.
And something else I wanted to ask, Carleeka, you don't have to necessarily be a Jefferson County resident, right?
Oh, no.
You can, if you live in Wayne, Hamilton, Clay County,
Yes.
they can come and live.
They
in that
actually
area, right?
can. Just to give you an example, I work very closely with Centralia High School,
Okay.
Salem High School. So you do not have to reside in Jefferson County. And again, I cover everything from Effingham on down. So we have the supports and services to kind of link you up in whatever area you're in. Maybe there's a little travel involved or, maybe not. It just depends on your needs and what your family or community member might want.
Sure. All right.
Sounds like you guys cover it all.
They do.
We really do.
They do. We're going to come back, talk more with Carleeka, and she's got some more information she'll want to share with us when we come back in just a little bit here on the Vine Morning Show, and we encourage you to stay tuned a little bit. But right now, we're talking with Carleeka Spann. Carleeka's with Progressive Careers in Housing out of Mount Vernon, and this is such an awesome program that we have in our area, and maybe a lot of people are not familiar with it, Carleeka, but they're becoming more and more familiar with it today because you're telling us a lot about it.
Exactly. Something else that I hadn't shared earlier when we were talking, volunteer programs. So our residents don't just work, meaning that when they do work or go to workshop, they get a check just like you and I. But we also have volunteer programs. So one of our residents that I can think of right off the top of my head, who's at one of our Elner facilities, he's actually been a part of the firefighting volunteers
Really?
for maybe 9 or 10 years. So they do things like that, volunteer at the food pantry, and they are actively involved doing the same thing that the actual staff there or the people who are there daily actually do. Bell ringers, like during the holiday seasons and at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Standing out there in the bad weather.
Yeah, so I mean, they
it's
enjoy
nice.
those things because they like to give back also. Just like we have the spirit to help people and kind of motivate and give back. They're in the business of doing the same thing. Summer outings, different volunteer programs through the community. If an agency has some kind of volunteering opportunity, our residents they're all over it. So
So good.
Yeah.
I like the one where they volunteer for what you mentioned, the fire department.
Yeah.
And that's awesome because it gives them another sight to see that they don't normally get around, and it's so hands-on. They get to,
Yes.
go with the firemen and all that stuff.
And it's
respond.
something that they look forward to.
Yeah.
They really enjoy doing it. And they have a say-so about what they might like to do or what they don't like to
Really?
do. So
And it's an adrenaline rush for them, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very exciting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just to go back as far as our workshops where the DT training programs where they work, I did also forget to mention or elaborate on the fact that they get a paycheck. They get a paycheck.
Oh, that's good.
And that's their money. And they really look forward to that.
Oh,
how
I
much
bet
money
they
did I make this
do.
week?
Wow.
And I just kind of want to dote on the fact that their checks are really nice.
Oh,
very
good.
compatible to the everyday citizen that's out here making minimum wage.
Good.
So, yeah, they work hard for their earnings and get to enjoy the shopping and their snacks or whatever they want to do with their
Yeah,
checks.
that's so awesome because because with what's going on with them, sometimes they don't feel like they're part of the community.
Exactly.
And this is something that they are a part of.
Oh,
Right.
sure.
And it's helping them to develop more and more into the person they should be compared to where they are at that point in their
Certainly.
life.
And that's our main focus, community integration.
There you
because
go.
they are in fact a part of our community.
Wow. And again, explain to us what the ICF means and the CILA.
Sure. The CILAs are community integrated living. That falls under the umbrella of residential living. So CILAs are homes, just like yours and mine. It's an actual house. They can have a room alone. They might share a room with a roommate. It just depending on the availability. But in our CILAs, it only accommodated up to 8 people. So again, it's residential style living, just like your house and mine. Bedrooms, full kitchens, basements, garages, different things like that. So there's nothing about it that actually says business or agency or facility. And then our ICFs, that's in integrated our immediate care facilities. That's 16 bed facilities, so they can accommodate more residents than our CILAs. So it's kind of like dormitory style living, like a college student living would be. They have roommates there also. If they're lucky, depending on if we're full or not, they might have the opportunity to have a room alone. We do have nursing care on site during waking hours. So
Wow,
those are
that's
the
good.
differences between our CILAs and our ICF. And I'm not sure if I said it right, but it's intermediate care facility, just in case I said that wrong. But the opportunities there, it's a nice, warm, cozy living environment. When you go home, you want to relax. You want to put your feet up. You want to get in your comfy, cozy comforter, watch TV. So everything about our facilities, both CILAs and ICF, says home. They're decorated. They've got their lazy boys, whatever they want to decorate their
that's
room with. Their
nice.
TVs, stereos, everything about it
Just
says
makes
home.
it nice and homey for them. They're
Absolutely.
of their own.
And our staff know that they are actually guests in our facilities because that's our residents' homes.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
they live.
Yeah.
So our staff know that they're a guest in our residents' home.
Yeah.
And they're just there to make sure that they're safe and they get the appropriate care and services that they need.
Now, you talk about staff. You have everything from you have nurses on staff.
We do.
You have tell us a little bit about the staff. What's involved from the staff and what's required to become part of the staff with Progressive Careers in Housing.
Okay, sure. Our DSPs are direct service partners. They are direct service people. They offer care 24/7. So all of our facilities have someone on staff 24 hours a day, meaning from sunup to sundown, someone is there. But remember, during working hours, like between the hours of maybe 8 and 3, they're really out working. So no one is in the home during that day. But overnight, we've got somebody there. Someone is always there when our residents are there. Medical supports include our professional nursing staff to make sure that medication is administered right and, people are up to date and current on different changes in their medication.
Now that means a lot right there.
Yeah. We offer dietitian assessments.
Okay.
We've got some people that might be a diabetic.
Yeah.
Might have special needs as far as dietary issues go. Dental, vision, hearing evaluations.
Gosh.
So the same things that you would need as far as your health is concerned, we offer those supports for our resident too. We've got some amazing case managers. Nothing about the supports that they offer our residents is cookie cutter. It's individualized. So everybody's plan is designed just for them.
And something else I want to mention too, Carleeka, is we want to reiterate too. It's not for profit, federally tax exempt.
Correct.
It's corporation,
Yes.
but there's different ways you can donate to Progressive Careers in Housing. There looks
Absolutely.
like 4 ways you can donate, right? Is that correct?
Yes, you can.
Monetary donations,
True.
right?
Yes.
In-kind donations?
Uh-huh.
And what else is how you can donate?
If you just want to, well, actually, let me kind of highlight one of our fundraising programs.
Sure.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not coming up until September.
Okay.
However, while I'm behind the mic, we have an amazing annual golf fundraising outing.
Wow.
That's held
Okay.
right here in Mount Vernon. So it's something I'd
Oh.
really like to come back and share and talk to you guys
Okay.
about. So it's a great way, since we're a nonprofit organization, to get the community involved, raise some funds, because this is put right back into our homes, right back into the facilities for the resident care. You know, you got Christmas, you've got birthdays, you've got summer trips. Everything we want to do, they want to do too. So again, our golf outing, that's probably our biggest fundraising event that we have every year. So keep that in mind, because I'd love to
Okay.
come back and share some more about that. But yes, sponsorships, fundraising, just giving back in any way that the community or a business or agency would like to, they're available to do so.
And there's a
Okay.
website. You guys have a website too. It's phidd.org.
That's it. That's it.
And
We
you-
also have a Facebook page.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about
Yeah,
that.
we've got a
Oh.
Facebook page, so you can actually see what we're doing, what we've got going on.
Yeah.
For example, we just wrapped up our spring events. So we had a huge open house event in Hoyleton, Mount Vernon, and in Sparta, actually throughout the state. So what we did was invite the community out. Mount Vernon had a carnival-themed open house, so we had the cotton candy and games,
boy.
and it was absolutely free to the public. No cost involved. We even had funnel cake.
Oh,
wow.
was
my
awesome.
goodness.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
the community got to come out and see us
Yeah.
and learn more about us and have some fun and eat some good food while
Yeah.
doing
Now,
that.
Wow.
now, what was the Facebook page?
Oh, I'm
What-
sorry. The Facebook page is Progressive Careers in Housing.
Okay.
Yeah, so go like us. You can kind of see what we're doing, what
And
we
just
have.
follow along
Yeah.
with you. Yeah, update.
Yeah.
Keep and you update your programs all the time. What
We
events
do.
are going on,
We do.
so we can follow you that way as well.
Something else I wanted to share with you guys.
Sure.
Tours. If you feel like you want to come out and see what we're all about, we have an open door policy for tours. Now, because our staff, we do field trips, I travel, an appointment is encouraged, but we offer tours anytime you would like to come out and see what we've got going on. Come tour our workshop.
Now that's nice.
Come
to
tour
offer
our
tours.
DTs. Come and tour our facilities. We want you to come and see firsthand
Yeah.
what we've got going on, where the residents live.
Mm-hmm.
Just any questions you might have are answered immediately when you can actually see for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a firm believer is there's no dumb question out there. Any
No.
question you ask,
no.
you're going to get a valid answer. I mean,
Exactly.
because you're asking because you want to know.
Right.
And a lot of people say, "Well, I don't want to ask that question. It makes me look silly." Don't feel that way.
No.
Just ask questions because if you don't know, you're not going to know unless you ask.
Exactly. And it's all about educating.
That's right.
Because sometimes I might do a presentation for a facility and maybe they don't have an immediate need, but they're actively involved in the community. So maybe some consumers or a student's family member that they know might have a need for our services, they're already educated on what we do. And then they can kind of spread the word and be another resource to kind of guide them in the right direction.
Wow.
So presentations is something else that I do. I'll go to hospitals, churches, the different high schools, just to do a short presentation to say, hey, this is who we are. This is what we have to offer, because they might know someone who works with them that has a family member and they're kind of stuck. They don't really know where to go. So presentations are something that we specialize in also.
Wow, that's awesome. We're with Carleeka Spann from Progressive Careers and Housing in Mount Vernon. And we're going to head into the 9 o'clock hour, ladies, and come back and talk more as it's Mark, Carleeka, and Kelley, the Vine Morning Show on a Friday here at Real Life Radio. If you're missing or... That's Mercy Me here at Real Life Radio, 105.5 and 90.9 The Vine. The best Christian music for you and your family, and their song called Greater. Welcome back to the Vine Morning Show. Here we are on this Friday morning. It's Mark, Kelley, and Carleeka. And good morning, ladies.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
As we're having some fun here on the Vine Morning Show. And Carleeka, it's great that you can stay around with us this morning and have fun with us.
It has been so great sitting here visiting
I'm having
with
an
you
awesome time.
Yeah,
and
we're-
learning more
yeah.
about you.
Yeah.
It's just, you're filling us up this morning, and thank you very much.
Yeah,
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
it's a
finding
pleasure to
out
be here.
off the air, and so we appreciate that too. But let's going back to progressive careers in housing. What got you? Let me ask you a personal question, if you
Sure.
don't mind.
No.
What got you involved with them at this point in your life? You had gone to college, and you have a family, and you're busy with your family, but what led it in your heart to become involved with progressive careers in housing?
Well, actually, I have a history of being in the field of social work.
Okay.
No social work degree, but that's my area, I guess, of expertise. Kind of like being involved in the community. I've been a dance coach for 5 years at Casey Middle School. No
That's
longer
great.
there, but just always actively involved with children. I've been an advocate for children and students with special needs before. I did that for a few years. So I was at Mount Vernon High School working in the special education department before I came to this company. Remember, I'd never heard of this company before. I think I shared that off air with you guys before I started. And I'll be with this company a year in June. But I've always had a passion to work with those who have a special need. Kind of be the voice
Sure.
for those who really don't have a voice or
Yeah.
really can't get their voice out there. So that's what kind of drew me to it. But I didn't know about them. It just so happened I ran across the opening.
Wow.
So, did a little research, found out about the agency, and thought it would be a great opportunity. And coming up on a year, it really has been. It's been quite the journey. This is not my first position with them. I started out as a house manager.
Sure.
And then kind of evolved and developed and went into another position as a manager. So I know about being in the homes. I know about working with the residents up close and personal. And now I get to kind of bring the community into the lives of our residents, tell them, what we
Yeah.
have to offer and things like that. But I'm just passionate about working with those
Sure.
with special
Well,
needs.
you can sure tell you are.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: in the last year, what's been the biggest change that you see since you've been involved with them at this point?
Probably a year is really not that long,
Sure.
but it's long enough to be able to see an individual grow and change. So I have watched individuals who that maybe our behavioral analysis was working with or our case managers were working with to kind of cultivate and design a plan for them, and watch some maybe negative behavior or maybe some kind of timidness change, and just watch them evolve and begin to do things that they weren't doing.
I was going to ask you, it's
Oh,
like
that's so
watching a
nice.
flower grow.
It is.
Just
Yeah.
bloom. They just bloom more and more the more they get involved,
Right.
and the more you get involved in their life, because
Right.
they learn to trust you, and they know that they can trust you, and you're not going to steer them the wrong way.
And I'm so glad you said that, because if our residents, if they trust you, then you have so much more or a greater chance of them kind of, being able to evolve and wanting to
Yes.
grow, and because they count on you being there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whether it's for reinforcement, whether it's to put that paycheck in their hand, or whether it's to go to on a field trip, or have that birthday cake that they want on their birthday. So it is about developing relationships. Even though I'm not in the home anymore, they know who I am. So it's all about, sitting down, having a conversation, saying hello, or taking time out to, spend time with them. Actually, our workshop is in the same office as the office that I work in. So our workshop and our office, it's the same building.
Wow.
Oh,
So
that's
sometimes
great.
we'll come from the side of the administrative office side, and we'll go and we'll do like karaoke with them, or we'll do sweating to the oldies.
Sure.
So even though we're not in the home, like the vice president, Missy, or our nurse or our Qs, we get over there and we hang out with them. We might have lunch, or we might do a little workout with them. So it's all about
Oh, I
staying
bet you they
involved.
love that.
They do. They do.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so good of you guys.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
like to see us dance and do some
Sure.
crazy stuff.
I bet they do.
Yeah, right
Well,
along with them.
Well, the thing is, you're probably putting a smile on someone's face that maybe doesn't smile on a regular basis
Absolutely.
because of something that's going on in their life at that point.
I
in
bet
time.
you do that quite often.
So you've got to be ready.
Yeah.
You never know if someone's having a bad day, what spending that extra 3 minutes with them, might do.
Yeah.
Some of our residents email us.
Aw.
Our staff member who's over our resident trust fund and handles the money, she probably gets the most excitement and enjoyment because they will email her like about what they want to order or what they want to spend their money on. So she shares those stories, with us. So we're involved, and our relationships are really important to us.
Wow. And we're going to come back here in just a little bit, too, and find out. We'll have you give your phone number again, how they can get in contact. And
Absolutely.
if there's a family out there that that, you know what, I want to find out more. I want to get involved. We need to be involved in Progressive Careers and Housing's mission. How can I get involved? We're gonna find all that out again. If you don't care to go back over that with us again
Certainly.
here in a little bit. All right, as we're having fun this morning with Carleeka Spann, as she's with us from Progressive Careers and Housing in Mount Vernon, talking about their mission and how they focus on individual enhancement, growth, and independence for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And we're going to come back and talk more with Carleeka here and find out how your family could get involved. If you have somebody that has a special need, this is a perfect opportunity, and we'll find out from Carleeka when we come back here on the Vine Morning Show.
If you're coming from the Mount Vernon area, if you get to the airport, you've gone too far. So again, we're right there on Highway 15, and our office number is 618-315-6464. And a good point of contact if you're calling the office would be myself, Carleeka Spann, but I travel so much. You can ask for Missy Reed. She's the vice president of our Southern Silas. She'd be more than happy to get you guys started and, head you in the right direction. Also, my cell phone number is also my business phone, and it's 618-204-3362. If you want some detailed information, you want me to come out and see you, set up a tour, presentation, I'd be a great point of contact for you guys to just get in touch with me, and we can get the ball rolling on whatever your needs are.
All right, yeah, and again, if get a hold of Carleeka, and she'll fix you right up and give you all the information you need, as this is a great program for Southern Illinois, and you're looking to expand too if there's a need for that in an area.
We're always willing to grow because there's always a need there.
Oh, there has to be.
There's always a need.
I didn't know your office was right there.
Uh-huh.
Go
You
by
probably
it daily.
pass it all. Yeah, I probably pass it every day.
I'm going to be looking for it now when I go in.
Yeah, do that.
All right.
Come by and say hello because, again, our DT or Developmental Training Service, which is our workshop, it's right there in the same office as us. So, you might drive by and you might see our residents outside, taking care of the flowers in the front, or you never know.
I'm going to be looking now.
Yeah, you never know.
How awesome is that? Yeah. Progressive Careers and Housing, and you can get involved, so get a hold of Carleeka.
Yeah, don't forget our website. It's www.phidd.org. And we have a Facebook page, too, under Progressive Careers and Housing. So you can follow us online, go check out our website, or just come by and see us.